What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, directed by Edgar Wright, based off the graphic novel of the same name. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is about the titular character Scott Pilgrim, who has to win the affections of Ramona Flowers, but by doing so, he has to go through her seven evil exes, who are known as the League of Exes. Okay, that's the overall plot line for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Let's quick talk about it real quick. Positives. Positives, the production value of this movie is outstanding. Edgar Wright is a very, very talented director, and he has a very signature style. And that clearly shows with Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, with Edgar Wright's very frenetic, zany, frenetic and zany style really applies to this movie. And this really is a really good looking, creative type of movie. Like, I like how Edgar Wright incorporates the video game aesthetics into this movie, and he kind of makes Scott Pilgrim vs. the World kind of feel like a tournament fighter, like Soul Calibur or something like that. So from an aesthetic standpoint, very, very creative, very, very inventive. It looks really, really cool. From a cinematography standpoint, Bill Pope, I thought, did a really good job. This is an overall good-looking movie. From a casting standpoint, I thought the cast of this movie was actually really, really solid. I am not the world's biggest Michael Cera fan. I just find him to be a very, very boring actor. But as Scott Pilgrim, I did not mind him. I actually thought he was okay. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, I have liked her, and I have liked Mary Elizabeth Winstead in a lot of movies. I like her as the character of Ramona. I thought she was fine. I thought I think her and Sarah have good on-screen chemistry, though I don't really think their love story was fully developed for me to really care about why Scott Pilgrim wants to date this woman. But that's just me personally. The supporting cast is actually really, really good. You have Kieran Culkin, Jason Schwartzman, Brandon Routh, and Chris Evans. Kieran Culkin plays Scott Gay best friend Wallace, and I actually thought he was actually pretty funny in the role, and I actually think Kieran Culkin should have been Scott Pilgrim, to be honest with you, because I think Kieran has better on-screen charisma than Michael Cera. The other aforementioned actors, they play the X's, and I thought they were great in their roles. I like how every battle with the X's has their own distinct look and their own distinct style. Like for example, like Chris Evans is his character is like this pompous actor type, and he battles Scott on on a movie set, which is really, really fun. Brendan Routh, his character is a vegan, so they have a fight that's similar to that, and I thought that was very creative and pretty fun too. Like the battles with the X's to me are the most entertaining parts of this movie because they're very, very creatively done. The whole subplot of the whole of Scott and his band trying to get into Battle of the Bands, I thought was just there. Didn't really do anything for me. It's just a flimsy story to push the movie around. I honestly feel like those scenes kind of drag the movie down. The whole subplot of Scott having this 17-year-old girlfriend named Knives Chow, it's played for comedy. I didn't really care for it, to be honest with you. I mean, the fact that this movie did a love triangle really brings the movie down again too, because I'm just not invested into it. I am more invested in Scott Pilgrim taking on these seven X's than I am about Scott Pilgrim and interacting with his friends. I think those scenes are just okay at best. With my favorite scenes pretty much being the stuff with Kieran Culkin, who I don't feel has enough screen time in this movie, and I really do feel should have been the lead because I thought he was actually better. But the rest of the supporting cast, they do have their moments to shine, and they do give very, very fun performances. And I do give Edgar Wright credit for making this movie at least feel fun and entertaining. I wasn't blown away by it. I don't think it's the greatest thing I've ever seen, but I liked it and I enjoyed it. And that's gonna be pretty much it. I don't really have a whole lot to say about Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It's a very solid, entertaining movie. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's not a movie that it's not a movie that was worth a 10-year wait. This is the type of movie that you can watch once, be entertained, and then forget about it. That's just me personally because it just didn't really do anything for me. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it, but it's a movie that I overall thought was entertaining. Maybe I need a few more viewings to appreciate it, but as it stands, a 6.5 out of 10 for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I do recommend it. It is entertaining, especially if you like video game movies. And like I said, the fight scenes are very entertaining and very creative, and they are very reminiscent of tournament fighters like Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat, and they can get really creative like that. And I actually do like the final scene with Scott and Gideon. That was pretty entertaining too. And I thought Schwartzman was actually really hamming it up as the villain as well. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I will check you back next time for more.